metaphor. I mean, it's also an actual place. But really what deer camp represents is grandpa, sons, daughters, cousins, friends coming together, sharing a meal, sitting around the fire, maybe having a refreshment, telling stories, getting caught up, remembering, sharing, not just hospitality, but the tradition of this great sport and pastime in Minnesota. So we celebrate that today as well. We also celebrate the importance of passing this on. And there's lots of examples of that. River Falls is really a hunter's paradise. In this area and surrounding area, there's over 2 million acres of publicly accessible hunting land. I mean, think about that in terms of how the rest of the country, big parts of the country don't even have resources and opportunities like an access like we do here in Minnesota, particularly this part of Minnesota. And the hospitality of the people in Thief River Falls in northwestern Minnesota is just visible. You come to town, whether people are Republican, Democrat, something else, neither, in between, we come together to celebrate not politics, but this tradition that's important to all of us. We also know that, as Mark said, celebration means affirming what's behind the celebration. What are the values? What are the accomplishments? What's the importance that we're celebrating? Minnesota is blessed with a lot of different things, but one thing it's clearly blessed with is natural resources. And so preserving those natural resources, making sure they remain available to our children and grandchildren and the future generations is really important. And some of the best conservationists in the entire state of Minnesota are hunters. And so when you look at the legislation and the policy that comes that affects conservation, that affects habitat, that affects public access to lands, that affects future ability to hunt and to fish and to be in the outdoors, time and time again, the Deer Hunters Association is leading the charge. We're part of a group that's leading the charge to say we're going to stand and spend our time, our energy, our talents, and our resources to make sure we have education, make sure we have awareness, and make sure this opportunity continues for generations to come. So to Mark Johnson and to the deer hunters of this great state, thank you very much for all that you do. Let's give them a round of applause.